梁歌制作，道德经，作者李耳。道经第一章：道可道，非常道；名可名，非常名。无名，天地之始；有名，万物之母。故常无欲以观其妙。
Produced by Liang Gu, author of Tao Te Ching Li Er. Tao Jing, Chapter 1. The Tao can be Tao, but it is not Tao. The name can be named, but it is not named. The beginning of the nameless heaven and earth, the name of the mother of all things. Therefore, I always have no desire to observe its wonders.
常有欲以观其徼，此两者同出而异名，同谓之玄。玄之又玄，众妙之门。道经第二章：天下皆知美之为美，斯恶已；皆知善之为善，斯不善已。
I always have the desire to watch him. The two have the same origin but different names, and they are both called Xian. Mysterious and mysterious, the door to all mysteries. Tao Jing, Chapter 2. Everyone in the world knows that beauty is beautiful, but this is evil. Everyone knows that good is good, but this is not good.
故有无相生，难易相成，长短相形，高下相倾，音声相和，前后相随，恒也。是以圣人处无为之事，行不言之教，万物作焉而不辞，生而不有，为而不恃。
Therefore, existence and non-being arise from each other. Difficulty and ease complement each other. Long and short complement each other. High and low are tilted to each other. Sound and sound harmonize each other. Front and rear follow each other, and they are constant. Therefore, a sage does nothing, teaches without saying anything, does things without saying anything, is born without being, and does things without relying on them.
功成而弗居，夫为不居，是以不去。道经第三章：不尚贤，使民不争；不贵难得之货，使民不为盗；不见可欲，使民心不乱。是以圣人之治，虚其心。
Succeed and never live. I feel like I have no place to live, so I won't go. Tao Jing, Chapter 3. Succeed and never live. I feel like I have no place to live, so I won't go. Tao Jing, Chapter 3. If you do not value the virtuous, the people will not fight. If you do not value rare goods, the people will not steal. If you do not see the desirable, the people will not be confused. Therefore, the rule of saints is to empty their hearts.
失其父，弱其志，强其骨，常使民无知无欲，使夫知者不敢为也。为无为，则无不治。道经第四章：道冲而用之，或不盈。渊兮，似万物之宗。挫其锐。
Strengthen the abdomen, weaken the will, strengthen the bones. It often makes people ignorant and desireless. Those who make the husband aware do not dare to do anything. If you do nothing, everything will be cured. Tao Jing, Chapter 4. The Tao rushes, and it may not be enough to use it. Yuanxi is like the origin of all things. Defeat its sharpness.
解其分，和其光，同其尘。湛兮，似或存。吾不知谁之子，象帝之先。道经第五章：天地不仁，以万物为刍狗；圣人不仁，以百姓为刍狗。天地之间。
Resolve its confusion, harmonize with its light, and be with its dust. Zhanxi seems to exist. I don't know whose son is the first of Emperor Xiang. Tao Jing, Chapter 5. The heaven and the earth are unkind and regard all things as stupid dogs. The saints are unkind and regard the common people as stupid dogs. Between heaven and earth.
其犹橐越乎？虚而不屈，动而欲出。多言数穷，不如守中。道经第6章。古神不死，是谓玄牝。玄牝之门，是为天地根。绵绵若存，用之不勤。
Is it still like a pig? If it is empty but not yielding, it will get better when it moves. It is better to keep the center than to talk too much. Tao Jing, Chapter 6. The god of grain is immortal and is called the mysterious female. The gate of Xuanfei is called the root of heaven and earth. If it persists, it will not be used diligently.
道经第7章。天长地久。天地所以能长且久者，以其不自生，故能长生。是以圣人后其身而身先，外其身而身存。非以其无私也，故能成其私。
Tao Jing, Chapter 7. Forever. The reason why heaven and earth can be long-lasting is because they do not generate themselves, so they can live forever. Therefore, the sage follows his body and comes first, and his body exists outside his body. Isn't it because of his selflessness? Therefore, it can be done privately.
后其身，一坐，退其身。道经第8章。上善若水，水善利万物而不争。处众人之所恶，故几于道。居善地，心善渊，与善人，言善信，正善治，是善能，动善始。
After his body, one action, retreat his body. Tao Jing, Chapter 8. The greatest goodness is like water. Water benefits all things without dispute. He is disliked by everyone, so he is close to the Tao. Live in a good place, have a good heart, be kind and benevolent, speak good words and have good faith, govern well, do good things and be able to do good things at the right time.
夫为不争，故无尤。道经第9章。持而盈之，不如其已。揣而锐之，不可长保。金玉满堂，莫之能守。富贵而骄，自遗其咎。功随身退，天之道也。
The husband does not fight, so there is no need for you. Tao Jing, Chapter 9. Holding it and gaining it is not as good as what it is. If you pick it up and sharpen it, you can't keep it for a long time. The hall is full of gold and jade, and no one can guard it. If you are proud of your wealth, you will suffer the consequences. After the merits have been restored, this is the way of heaven.
道经第10章。在营破抱衣，能无离乎？专气致柔，能如婴儿乎？涤除玄剑，能无疵乎？爱民治国，能无为乎？天门开合，能为辞乎？明白四达，能无知乎？
Tao Jing, Chapter 10. If we hug each other, how can we not be separated from each other? Is it possible to be as soft as a baby if you focus on your chi? Can it be flawless after purging the mysterious mirror? If you love the people and govern the country, can you do nothing? If the heavenly gate is open and closed, can it be considered a female? If you understand Saida, how can you be ignorant?
生之，处之，生而不有，为而不恃，长而不宰，是谓玄德。道经第11章。30服共一毂，当其无，有车之用。山之以为器，当其无，有器之用。
It is a living thing, an animal. It is born without having it. It is made without relying on it. It grows without being slaughtered. It is called Xuanda. Tao Jing, Chapter 11. 30 spokes make up one hub, which can be used as a vehicle if it is not there. It is regarded as a utensil, but it should be used as a utensil if it is not there.
凿乎有以为是，当其无，有事之用。故有之以为利，无之以为用。道经第12章。五色令人目盲，五音令人耳聋，五味令人口爽，驰骋田猎。
Cut out the door to make a room, pretend it doesn't exist, and use it as a room if there is one. Therefore, if you have it, you will benefit from it, and if you don't have it, you will use it. Tao Jing, Chapter 12. The 5 colors are blinding, the 5 tones are deafening, the 5 flavors are refreshing, they gallop and hunt.
令人心发狂，难得之祸，令人行妨。是以圣人为父不为目，故去彼取此。道经第13章。宠辱若惊，贵大患若身。何谓宠辱若惊？宠为下，得之若惊。
It makes one's heart go crazy. A rare commodity hinders one's movement. The sage is his belly and not his eyes, so he goes to that place and takes this one. Tao Jing, Chapter 13. Favor and disgrace are like shock, honor and great trouble are like one's body. What does it mean to be favored, humiliated or frightened? If you are favored, you will be surprised.
失之若惊，是谓宠辱若惊。何谓贵大患若身？吾所以有大患者，唯吾有身，即吾无身，吾有何患？故贵以身为天下者，若可寄天下；爱以身为天下者。
To be surprised by a loss is to be surprised by a favor or humiliation. What does it mean to be in great trouble? The reason why I have a serious patient is that I have a body, and I have no body. What trouble do I have? Therefore, if you value your body as a person in the world, you can send it to the world, if you love someone who is a person in the world.
若可托天下。道经第14章。视之不见，名曰夷；听之不闻，名曰希；博之不得，名曰微。此三者，不可致诘，故混而为一。其上不矫，其下不昧。
If you can trust the world. Tao Jing, Chapter 14. If you can't see it, it's called yi. If you can't hear it, it's called shi. If you can't fight it, it's called wei. These 3 cannot be questioned, so they are mixed into one. There is no confusion above it, and there is no ignorance below it.
绳绳兮不可名，复归于无物。是谓无状之状，无物之象，是谓惚恍。迎之不见其首，随之不见其后。执古之道，以御今之有。能知古始，是谓道纪。
The rope is nameless and returns to nothingness. It is called the state of being without form, the image of nothing. It is called trance. When you welcome someone, you don't see the first one, and when you follow it, you don't see the rear. Adhere to the ancient ways to control the present. Being able to know the beginning of ancient times is called Taoism.
道经第15章。古之善为道者，微妙玄通，深不可识。夫为不可识，故强谓之容。欲兮若东涉川，游兮若渭四邻，偃兮其若客，涣兮若冰之将逝。
Tao Jing, Chapter 15. Those who were good at practicing Taoism in ancient times had subtle and profound knowledge that was difficult to discern. I can't recognize you, so I have a strong appearance. I feel like I am wading through the river in winter. I feel like I am afraid of my neighbors. I feel like I am a guest. I feel like I am about to be released from the ice.
敦兮其若朴，况兮其若谷，浑兮其若浊。孰能浊以止，静之徐清？孰能安以久，动之徐生？保此道者，不欲盈。夫为不盈，故能蔽而心诚。道经第16章。
When it is dense, it is as simple as it is. When it is open, it is like a valley. When it is muddy, it is like turbidity. Who can stop the turbidity and make it quiet and clear? Who can stay safe for a long time and move quickly? Those who protect this way do not want to be overflowing. The husband is not full, so it can be covered and made new. Tao Jing, Chapter 16.
致虚极，守静笃。万物并作，无以观复。夫物芸芸，各复归其根。归根曰静，静曰复命。复命曰长，知常曰明。不知常，妄作凶。知常容，容乃公，公乃全，全乃天。
To the extreme of emptiness, to keep quiet. All things are working together, and I observe them again. Husband, everything is in a cloud, and each one returns to its roots. Returning to the root is called tranquility, and tranquility is called returning to life. Returning to life is called Chang, knowing Chang is called Ming. I don't know what's normal, and I act recklessly. Know the constant appearance, appearance is Gong, Gong is Quan, Quan is heaven.
天乃道，道乃久，莫身不殆。道经第17章。太上不知有之，其次亲而誉之，其次畏之，其次侮之。信不足焉，有不信焉。忧兮其贵言，功成事遂。
Heaven is the way, and the way is long. Even if you die, your body will not perish. Tao Jing, Chapter 17. Your Majesty, I don't know about it. Secondly, praise it by being familiar with it. Secondly, fear it. Thirdly, insult it. If you don't believe it enough, you don't believe it. Yoshi, it's noble words. Success comes true.
百姓皆谓我自然。道经第18章。大道废，有仁义；智慧出，有大伪；六亲不和，有孝慈；国家混乱，有忠臣。道经第19章。决胜气质，民力百倍。
People all say, I am natural. Tao Jing, Chapter 18. When the great righteousness fails, there is benevolence and righteousness. When wisdom emerges, there is great hypocrisy. When relatives are at odds, there is filial piety and kindness. When the country is in chaos, there are loyal ministers. Tao Jing, Chapter 19. If you abandon the sage and abandon the wisdom, the people will benefit 100-fold.
绝人弃义，民复孝慈；绝巧弃利，盗贼无有。此三者，以为文不足，故另有所属。限速抱朴，少思寡欲，绝学无忧。道经第20章。为之与阿，相去几何？
If benevolence is discarded, the people will be filial and compassionate. If skill is discarded, there will be no thieves. These three people thought that the writing was not enough, so they ordered them to belong to them. See simplicity, embrace simplicity, have few selfish desires, and have no worries about learning. Tao Jing, Chapter 20. How different is Wei Ji from Ah?
善之与恶，相去若何？人之所畏，不可不畏。 荒兮其未央在。众人熙熙，如享太牢，如春登台。我独泊兮其未兆，如婴儿之未孩，累累兮若无所归。众人皆有余。
What is the difference between good and evil? What people fear, we must not be afraid of. How desolate it is! Everyone was bustling, as if they were in a prison, or on stage in spring. I am alone, as if there is no sign, like a baby without a child. I am a puppet, as if I have nowhere to go. Everyone has more than enough.
而我独若遗，我愚人之心也在。顿顿兮，俗人昭昭，我独昏昏；俗人察察，我独闷闷。但兮其若海，六兮若无止。众人皆有矣，而我独顽四鄙。我独一愚人。
And I am alone. I am a fool. Chaos. When ordinary people see things clearly, I am alone in a daze. When ordinary people look at things, I alone feel depressed. It's as dull as the sea, it's as if there's no end to it. Everyone has it, but I am stubborn and despicable. I am unique from others.
而贵十母，道经第21章。孔德之容，为道是从。道之为物，为恍为惚。呼吸恍兮，其中有象；恍兮惚兮，其中有物；杳兮明兮，其中有精。其精甚真。
An expensive food mother. Tao Jing, Chapter 21. The appearance of Confucius is the only way to follow the way. Tao is a thing, but it is in a daze. It's trance-like, and there are images in it. It's trance-like, and there's things in it. It's slim and dark, and there's essence in it, and the essence is really real.
其中有谢，自今及古，其名不去，以阅众甫。吾何以知众甫之状在？以此。道经第22章。曲则全，枉则直，洼则盈，敝则新，少则得，多则惑。
There is a letter in it. From now on and from ancient times, his name will never go away, so that he can be read by many famous people. How can I know the status of all the masters? With this. Tao Jing, Chapter 22. The crooked part is complete, the wrong part is straight, the hollow part is full, the broken part is new, the less part is gained, the more part is confused.
是以圣人报义为天下事，不自见，故明；不自是，故彰；不自伐，故有功；不自矜，故长。夫为不争，故天下莫能与之争。古之所谓曲则全者，岂虚言哉？
Therefore, it is the common practice of the world for a saint to hold one in his arms. It is not self-seeing, so it is clear. It is not self-righteous, so it is manifest. It is not self-cutting, so it is meritorious. It is not self-conscious, so it is long-lasting. My husband does not fight, so no one in the world can fight with him. The ancient saying that the music is complete is not true.
成全而归之。道经第23章。夕言自然，故飘风不终朝，骤雨不终日。孰谓此者？天地。天地尚不能久，而况于人乎？故从事于道者，同于道，德者。
Return sincerely. Tao Jing, Chapter 23. Hope it's natural. Therefore, the wind does not last forever, and the showers last all day. Who is this world? Heaven and earth cannot last forever, how about humans? Therefore, those who practice Tao are the same as Tao, those who are virtuous.
同于德，失者同于失；同于道者，道亦乐得之；同于德者，德亦乐得之；同于失者，失亦乐得之。信不足焉，有不信焉。道经第24章。其者不劣。
The same as virtue, the one who loses is the same as loss. Those who are the same as Tao, Tao is also happy to gain it. Those who are the same as virtue, virtue is also happy to gain it. Those who are the same as loss, loss is also happy to gain it. If you don't believe it enough, you don't believe it. Tao Jing, Chapter 24. Those who enterprising will not be established.
跨者不行，自见者不明，自是者不彰，自伐者无功，自矜者不长。其在道也，曰于时坠行，物或物之，故有道者不处。道经第25章。有物混成。
Those who cross are ineffective. Those who see themselves are unclear. Those who are self-righteous are not obvious. Those who cut themselves off have no success. Those who are proud of themselves will not grow. It is in the Tao, and it is said that the remaining food is redundant, and the things may be evil, so those who have the Tao will not live there. Tao Jing, Chapter 25. Something is mixed together.
先天地生，寂兮寥兮，独立而不改，周行而不殆，可以为天地母。吾不知其名，强自之曰道，强为之名曰大。大曰是，是曰远，远曰反。故道大，天大，地大，人亦大。
Born in heaven and earth, lonely and lonely, independent and unchanging, moving around without peril, she can be the mother of heaven and earth. I don't know its name. The word Cheng is called Tao, and the name of Cheng is Da. The big day is called passing, the passing day is said to be far away, and the far away day is called reverse. Therefore, the Tao is big, the sky is big, the earth is big, and people are also big.
狱中有四大，而人居其一焉。人法地，地法天，天法道，道法自然。道经第26章。重为轻根，静为躁君。是以君子终日行不离辎重，虽有荣观。
There are 4 major ones in the domain, and humans live in one of them. Man follows the earth, earth follows heaven, heaven follows Tao, and Tao follows nature. Tao Jing, Chapter 26. Heaviness is the root of lightness, tranquility is the king of impatience. Therefore, a gentleman travels all day without leaving his baggage, even though he has a view of glory.
焉处超然，奈何万圣之主，而以身轻天下？轻则失根，躁则失君。道经第27章。善行无辙迹，善言无瑕谪，善术不用筹策，善闭无关键而不可开。
Yan Chu is transcendent. How can he, the master of 10,000 chariots, despise the world with his own body? If you are gentle, you will lose your roots. If you are impatient, you will lose your authority. Tao Jing, Chapter 27. Good deeds have no trace. Good words have no flaws. Good numbers do not require planning. Good closure has nothing to do with it but cannot be opened.
善解，无绳约而不可解。是以圣人常善救人，故无弃人；常善救物，故无弃物。是谓习名。故善人者，不善人之师；不善人者，善人之资。不贵其师，不爱其资。
Good at knotting, and cannot be untied without a rope. Therefore, a saint is always good at saving people. so he never abandons anyone. He is always good at saving things, so he never abandons anything. It is called Shiming. Therefore, good people are teachers of bad people are resources of good people. He does not value his teachers and does not love his talents.
虽智大迷，是谓要妙。道经第28章：知其雄，守其雌，为天下溪。为天下溪，常德不离，复归于婴儿。知其白，守其黑，为天下事。为天下事，常德不推。
Although very wise. It means to be wonderful. Tao Jing, Chapter 28. Knowing the male and guarding the female are the streams of the world. For the world stream, everlasting virtue will never leave, and return to the baby. Know its whiteness and guard its blackness, this is the way of the world. It is the style of the world, and it is always virtuous.
复归于无极，知其荣，守其辱，为天下谷。为天下谷，常德乃足，复归于朴。朴散则为器，圣人用之，则为官长，故大制不割。道经第29章。
Return to the infinite. Knowing its glory and guarding its disgrace will be the valley of the world. It is the valley of the world, where constant virtue is sufficient and returns to simplicity. The simple powder is used as a weapon, and when a saint uses it, he becomes an official, so the great system cannot be cut off. Tao Jing, Chapter 29.
将欲取天下而为之，无见其不得已。天下神器，不可为也，不可执也。为者败之，执者失之。是以圣人无为，故无败；无执，故无失。夫物或行或随，或虚或吹。
The general wants to take over the world and do it, but I see that he has no choice but to do so. The divine weapon in the world cannot be manipulated or held. Those who do it will fail, and those who insist will lose it. Therefore, the sage does nothing, so he has no defeat, he has no attachment, so he has no failure. Husbands' things are either walking or following, they are either hissing or blowing.
或强或雷，或载或挥。是以圣人去慎，去奢，去泰。道经第30章。以道佐人主者，不以兵强天下。其是好还。师之所处，荆棘生也。大军之后，必有凶年。
Either strong or weak, either successful or unsuccessful. Therefore, the sage eliminates extremes, luxury, and tie. Tao Jing, Chapter 30. Those who use Tao to assist their masters do not use soldiers to strengthen the world. It's a good thing. Where the teacher is, there are thorns. After the army, there will be bad years.
善者果而已，不敢以取强。果而勿矜，果而勿伐，果而勿骄。果而不得已，果而勿强。物壮则老，是谓不道，不道早已。道经第31章。服兵者。
Good deeds are just the result, don't dare to take advantage of them. Don't be proud of the fruits, don't cut down the fruits, don't be arrogant if the fruits are fruitful. Do it as a last resort, but do it without force. Things grow old when they are strong, which is called immorality, and immorality has already happened. Tao Jing, Chapter 31. Husband and Soldier.
不祥之气，物或物之，故有道者不处。君子居则贵左，用兵则贵右。兵者不祥之气，非君子之气，不得已而用之，恬淡为上。 胜而不美，而美之者是乐杀人。
It is an ominous weapon, something that may be evil, so there is no place for those who are wise. When a gentleman lives, he values the left. When using troops, he values the right. Soldiers are an ominous weapon and are not the weapons of a gentleman. They should be used as a last resort, and tranquility is the best. It is victorious but not beautiful, and those who are beautiful are happy to kill people.
夫乐杀人者，则不可得志于天下矣。吉事上左，凶事上右。偏将军居左，上将军居右，言以丧礼处之。杀人之众，以悲哀弃之，战胜以丧礼处之。
Those who kill people in fuel will not be able to succeed in the world. Good things happen to the left, bad things happen to the right. The general on the left is on the left, and the general on the right is on the right. It is said that they will be treated as funerals. Those who kill people should mourn and weep, and those who are victorious should be given funeral rites.
道经第32章：道常无名，婆虽小，天下莫能臣。侯王若能守之，万物将自宾。天地相合，以降甘露，民莫之令而自君。使之有名，名亦既有。
Tao Jing, Chapter 32. Tao is often nameless and simple. Although he is small, there is no one in the world who can do anything for him. If the princes and kings can guard it, all things will be safe. The heaven and the earth are united to bring down nectar, and the people are free from any orders and act in harmony. The original system had a name, and the name also existed.
夫义将之旨，知止可以不殆。辟道之在天下，由川谷至于江海。道经第33章：知人者智，自知者明。胜人者有力，自胜者强。知足者富。
You will also know how to stop. If you know how to stop, you will not be in danger. For example, the Tao is in the world, just like the rivers and valleys are in the rivers and seas. Tao Jing, Chapter 33. He who knows others is wise, and he who knows himself is wise. He who conquers others is powerful, and he who conquers himself is strong. He who is content is rich.
强行者有志，不失其所者久，死而不亡者寿。道经第34章：大道泛兮，其可左右？万物视之以生而不辞，功成而不有，以养万物而不为主。
The strong have the will. Those who do not lose their place will last forever. He who dies but does not die will live longer. Tao Jing, Chapter 34. The road is vast, and it can be left or right. All things rely on it to survive without giving up, and success is achieved without success. Clothing nourishes all things but is not the main thing.
常无欲，可名于小；万物归焉而不为主，可名为大。以其中不自为大，故能成其大。道经第35章：执大象，天下往。往而不害，安平泰。乐于耳。
Being always without desires can be called small. All things return to the center without being the master, so it can be called big. Because in the end he does not think he is great, he can become great. Tao Jing, Chapter 35. Hold the elephant and the world will go. Go without harm, peace and peace. Fun and bait.
过客止，道之出口， 但乎其无味，视之不足见，听之不足闻，用之不足记。道经第36章：将欲射之，必固张之；将欲弱之，必固强之；将欲废之。
Passers-by only. The outlet of the Tao is so bland and tasteless that it cannot be seen by sight, cannot be heard by hearing, and cannot be used enough. Tao Jing, Chapter 36. If you want to suppress it, you must strengthen it. If you want to weaken it, you must strengthen it. If you want to destroy it, you must strengthen it.
必固兴之，将欲取之，必固与之。是谓威名。柔弱胜刚强，愚不可脱于渊，国之利器不可以示人。道经第37章：道常无为而无不为。
You must consolidate it to make it prosperous. If you want to take it, you must consolidate it. It's called twilight. Weakness overcomes strength. Fish cannot escape from the abyss, and the sharp weapons of the state cannot be shown to others. Tao Jing, Chapter 37. Tao always does nothing but does everything.
侯王若能守之，万物将自化。化而欲作，吾将镇之以无名之朴。镇之以无名之朴，夫将不遇。不遇以静，天下将自正。德经第38章：上德不德。
If the princes and kings can guard it, all things will transform themselves. If you want to transform it into something, I will suppress it with nameless simplicity. If you suppress it with nameless simplicity, your husband will not want it. If you don't want to be quiet, the world will be in order. De Jing, Chapter 38. There is no virtue in virtue.
是以有德，下德不失德，是以无德。上德无为而无以为，下德无为而有以为。上人为之而无以为，上义为之而有以为。上礼为之而莫之应，则攘臂而扔之。
This is why there is virtue. If one is virtuous, one does not lose virtue, so there is no virtue. The superior virtue is nothing but thought, the inferior virtue is nothing but thought. The superior benevolence does it without thinking, the superior righteousness does it without thinking. If you don't respond to the gift, you will throw it away.
故失道而后德，失德而后仁，失仁而后义，失义而后礼。夫礼者，忠信之薄而乱之首。前识者，道之华而愚之始。是以大丈夫处其厚，不居其薄，处其实。
Therefore, losing virtue will lead to virtue, losing virtue will lead to benevolence, losing benevolence will lead to righteousness, and losing righteousness will lead to propriety. The husband's propriety is weak in loyalty and leads to chaos. Those who know before are the brilliance of Tao and the beginning of foolishness. Therefore, a true man should be honest and honest.
不居其华，故去彼取此。德经第39章：昔之得意者，天得意以清，地得意以宁，神得意以灵，谷得意以盈，万物得意以生，后王得意以为天下正。
Not in its splendor. So go to that one and take this one. De Jing, Chapter 39. In the past, when one got one, the sky would be clear, the earth would be peaceful, the gods would be spiritual, the grains would be full, all things would be alive, the princes would be able to make the world right.
其治之也，为天无以清，将恐裂；地无以明，将恐废；神无以灵，将恐歇；谷无以盈，将恐竭；万物无以生，将恐灭；侯王无以正，将恐绝。 故贵以见为本。
The reason for this is that if the sky cannot be kept clear, it may burst into pieces. If the earth cannot be kept calm, it may become ruined. If the gods cannot have spirit, it may fear that it will rest. If the grain cannot be full, it may become exhausted. If all things cannot live, it may be destroyed. If the princes and kings are unable to correct themselves, they will collapse in fear. Therefore, nobleness is based on lowliness.
高以下为阶，是以侯王自谓孤寡不古，此非以见为本邪？非乎？故至欲无欲，是故不欲碌碌如玉，落落如石。德经第40章。反者道之动。
The base is below the height. Therefore, the princes and princes claimed to be lonely, widowed, and unworthy. Isn't this based on baseness? Really? Therefore, there is no reputation. Therefore, we don't want to be as beautiful as jade, or as lustrous as stone. De Jing, Chapter 40. The opposite is the movement of Tao.
弱者道之用，天下万物生于有，有生于无。德经第41章。上士闻道，勤而行之；中士闻道，若存若亡；下士闻道，大笑之。不孝不足以为道。
Used by the weak. All things in the world are born from being, and being is born from nothing. De Jing, Chapter 41. When a superior man hears the Tao, he practices it diligently. When a sergeant hears the Tao, he lives or perishes. When a junior man hears the Tao, he laughs. Not smiling is not enough for the Tao.
故见言有之，明道若昧，进道若退，一道若累。上德若谷，广德若不足，见德若偷，至真若愚。大白若辱，大放无余，大器免成，大音希声，大象无形，道隐无名。
Therefore, there is a suggestion. The way to enlightenment is like ignorance, the way to advance is like retreat, and the way to confusion is like treacherous. Superior virtue is like a valley, wide virtue is like a deficiency, building virtue is like stealing, quality is like a sincerity. It is as clear as humiliation, it is generous and has no corners, it is easy to achieve great things, it is loud and loud, the elephant is invisible, the Tao is nameless.
夫为道，善待且成。德经第42章。道生一，一生二，二生三，三生万物。万物负阴而抱阳，充气以为和。人之所恶，为孤寡不古，而王公以为称。
The husband is just the way, good at lending and successful. De Jing, Chapter 42. Tao gives birth to one, gives birth to two, two gives birth to three, and three gives birth to all things. All things bear yin and embrace yang, and inject qi into harmony. What is evil about people is being lonely, widowed, and destitute, but the princes think they are famous.
故物或损之而益，或益之而损。人之所教，我亦教之。强梁者不得其死，吾将以为教父。德经第43章。天下之至柔，驰骋天下之至坚。
Therefore, things may be damaged and benefited, or they may be benefited and lost. What others teach, I also teach. Those who are strong will not be allowed to die, and I will be their godfather. De Jing, Chapter 43. The most soft in the world is the strongest in the world.
无有入无见，无事以知无为之有益。不言之教，无为之义， 天下希极至。德经第44章。名与身孰亲？身与祸孰多？德与亡孰病？甚爱必大费。
Nothing enters the realm of infinity, so I know that nothingness is beneficial. Teaching without words and doing nothing will bring benefits, and the world will hope for them. De Jing, Chapter 44. Who is related to name and body? Which one has more body or goods? Which disease is good or bad? Love will cost you a lot.
多脏必后亡，故知足不辱，知止不殆，可以长久。德经第45章。大成若缺，其用不弊；大盈若冲，其用不穷；大直若屈，大巧若拙，大辩若讷。燥甚寒。
If you hide too much, you will perish. Therefore, if you know what is enough, you will not be disgraced. If you know how to stop, you will not be in danger, and you can last a long time. De Jing, Chapter 45. If a great achievement is lacking, it will be of no use to any detriment. If there is a big surplus, it will be of endless use. Great straightness is like bending, great skill is like clumsiness, great debate is like indifference. Impatience beats cold.
静胜热，清静为天下正。德经第46章。天下有道，却走马以粪；天下无道，戎马生于郊。祸莫大于不知足，咎莫大于欲得。故知足之足，常足矣。
Quiet beats heat. Tranquility is the righteousness of the world. De Jing, Chapter 46. There is a way in the world, but it is just like dung. There is no way in the world, and soldiers and horses are born in the suburbs. No disaster is greater than dissatisfaction, no fault is greater than desire. Therefore, knowing what is enough is always enough.
德经第47章。不出户，知天下；不窥牖，见天道。其出弥远，其知弥少。是以圣人不行而知，不见而明，不为而成。德经第48章。
De Jing, Chapter 47. You can know the world without leaving home, you can see the way of heaven without peeking into the house. Its journey is far away and its knowledge is limited. Therefore, the sage knows without doing, understands without seeing, and achieves without doing. De Jing, Chapter 48.
为学日益，为道日损。损之又损，以至于无为。无为而无不为。取天下常以无事，及其有事，不足以取天下。德经第49章。圣人无常心。
The more you learn, and the more you lose for the Tao. Damage after damage, to the point of doing nothing. Do nothing and do nothing. To conquer the world, it is often necessary to have nothing to do, and even if there is something to do, it is not enough to conquer the world. De Jing, Chapter 49. The saint's mind is impermanent.
以百姓先为心，善者无善之，不善者无亦善之，得善；信者无信之，不信者无亦信之，得信。圣人在天下，设设焉，为天下浑其心，百姓皆助其耳目。
Take the hearts of the people as your heart. What is good, I am good at; what is not good, I am also good about. Virtue is good. Take the hearts of the people as your heart. What is good, I am good at; what is not good, I am also good about. Virtue is good. Those who believe, I believe in; those who do not believe, I also believe in, virtue believes. The sage is in the world, and he is there for the world. He clears the heart of the world, and all the people pay attention to his ears and eyes.
圣人皆还之。德经第50章。出生入死，生之徒十有三，死之徒十有三，人之生，动之于死地，亦十有三。夫何过？以其生之后，盖闻善射生者。
All saints are children. De Jing, Chapter 50. Go through fire and water. There are 3 out of 10 people who will be born, 3 out of 10 will be affected by death, and 3 out of 10 people will be affected by death. Why? Because of its richness. Guy heard that he is good at preserving health.
陆行不遇四虎，入军不备甲兵。四无所投其脚，虎无所用其爪，兵无所容其刃。夫何过？以其无死地。德经第51章。道生之，德处之，物行之。
You will not meet tigers on the road, and you will not be attacked by armored soldiers when you enter the army. Tigers will have nothing to throw their horns at, tigers will have nothing to use their claws, and soldiers will have nothing to hold their blades. Why? With its immortality. De Jing, Chapter 51. It is born from Tao, it is shaped by virtue and animals, and it is shaped by things.
是成之，是以万物莫不尊道而贵德。道之尊，德之贵，夫莫之命而常自然。故道生之，德处之，长之育之，庭之独之，养之覆之。生而不有，为而不恃，长而不宰。
The momentum is achieved. Therefore, all things respect Tao and value virtue. The respect of Tao, the nobility of virtue, and the destiny of the husband are always natural. The momentum is achieved. Therefore, all things respect Tao and value virtue. The respect of Tao, the nobility of virtue, and the destiny of the husband are always natural. Therefore, when the Tao is born, it is cultivated by virtue, when it is grown, it is nurtured, and when it is nurtured, it is overturned by the poison of the pavilion. Born without being, doing without relying on, growing without killing.
是谓玄德。德经第52章。天下有始，以为天下母。既得其母，以知其子，父守其母，没身不殆。塞其兑，闭其门，终身不勤。开其兑，济其事，终身不救。
It's called Shwanda. De Jing, Chapter 52. The world has a beginning, and it is considered the mother of the world. Now that he has his mother, he can know his son, and he can protect his mother again, and he will not be in danger even if his body is missing. If you keep your money shut, you will never work hard for the rest of your life. Open it up and help it, but you will not save it for the rest of your life.
见小曰明，手柔曰强。用其光，复归其明，无疑身殃，是为习常。德经第53章。使我介然有之，行于大道，为师是谓。大道甚夷，而人好径。朝甚除。
See small and say bright, keep soft and say strong. Use its light to restore its brightness without leaving any harm to your body. This is the norm. De Jing, Chapter 53. So that I can be aware of it, walk on the road, and only use this fear. The road is very rough, but people like it. The dynasty will be destroyed.
田甚芜，仓甚虚，夫文采， 待利剑宴饮时，财货有余，是为道夸。非道也在。德经第54章：善见者不拔，善报者不脱，子孙以祭祀不辍。修之于身。
The fields are barren and the warehouses are empty. He wears literary talent and carries a sharp sword. He hates food and drink. He has plenty of goods. This is a boast for thieves. It's unethical. De Jing, Chapter 54. Those who are good at building will never pull it out. Those who are good at embracing it will not take it off, and their descendants will continue to offer sacrifices. Cultivate your body.
其德乃真，修之于家；其德乃余，修之于乡；其德乃长，修之于邦；其德乃丰，修之于天下；其德乃普。故以身观身，以家观家，以乡观乡，以邦观邦。
Its virtue is true. If it is cultivated at home, its virtue will remain. If it is cultivated in the village, its virtue will be long. If it is cultivated in the state, its virtue will be abundant. If it is cultivated in the world, its virtue will be universal. Therefore, observe the body with the body, observe the family with the family, observe the town with the town, and observe the country with the state.
以天下观天下，吾何以知天下之然哉？以此。德经第55章：含德之后，比于赤子。毒虫不螫，猛兽不惧，绝鸟不搏。骨若金柔而握固。
Look at the world through the world. How can I know what is going on in the world? With this. De Jing, Chapter 55. The virtue of Han is greater than that of an innocent child. Poisonous insects do not sting, ferocious beasts do not take hold, and snatching birds do not fight. The bones are weak and the muscles are soft but firm to hold.
谓之牝目之和而追作，精之至也。终日毫而不拔，和之至也。知和曰长，知长曰明，一生曰祥，心使气曰强。物壮则老，谓之不道，不道早已。
It is unknown that the combination of male and female will produce the most exquisite essence. Howling all day long without croaking, harmony is achieved. Knowing harmony is called Chang, knowing Chang is called Ming, benefiting life is called Xiang, and the heart's Qi is called Chang. Things grow old when they are strong, which is called immorality, but they have already been immoral.
德经第56章：知者不言，言者不知。塞其兑，闭其门，错其锐，解其分，和其光，同其尘，是谓玄同。故不可得而亲，不可得而疏，不可得而利。
De Jing, Chapter 56. Those who know do not speak, and those who speak do not know. Stop its dui and close its door, dampen its sharpness and dissolve its confusion, harmonize its light and be the same as its dust, this is called Xiantong. Therefore, we can't get close to each other, we can't get close to each other, we can't get close to each other, we can't get close to each other.
不可得而害，不可得而贵，不可得而贱，故为天下贵。德经第57章：以政治国，以其用兵，以无事取天下。吾何以知其然哉？以此，天下多忌讳。
If you can't get it, you will be harmed. If you can't get it, you will be noble. If you can't get it, you will be cheap. Therefore, it is noble in the world. De Jing, Chapter 57. Rule the country with integrity, use military force with surprise, and conquer the world with nothing. How do I know this? Take this, there are many taboos in the world.
而民弥贫，民多利器，国家滋昏，人多技巧，其物滋起，法令滋章，盗贼多有。故圣人云：我无为而民自化，我好静而民自正，我无事而民自富，我无欲。
When the people are poor, when the people have many sharp weapons, the country becomes comatose. When the people are full of skills, strange things become abundant. When the laws and regulations are flourishing, thieves abound. Therefore, the sage said, I do nothing, and the people become themselves. I like to be quiet, and the people are righteous. I do nothing, and the people become rich. I have no desires.
而民自朴。德经第58章：其政闷闷，其民纯纯，其政察察，其民缺缺。或惜福所以，福兮祸所伏。孰知其节？其无正邪。正复为奇，善复为妖。人之迷。
And the people are simple. De Jing, Chapter 58. Its government is boring, but its people are honest. Its government is poor, but its people are deficient. Misfortunes are where blessings depend. Blessings are where misfortunes lie. Who knows it? Extremely? Is there no good or evil? The good becomes the mystery of man.
其日故矫，是以圣人方而不割，廉而不贵，直而不肆，光而不耀。德经第59章：至人是天，莫若色。夫为色，是谓早服，早服谓之重积德。
Its days are long-lasting. Therefore, the sage is square but not cutting, honest but not prudent, straight but not unruly, bright but not dazzling. De Jing, Chapter 59. When it comes to governing people and heaven, nothing should be done more than being stingy. If a husband is stingy, it is called early obedience. Early obedience is called emphasizing the accumulation of virtue.
重积德则无不克，无不克则莫知其极，莫知其极，克以有国。有国之母，克以长久，是谓深根固底，长生久世之道。德经第60章：治大国，若烹小鲜。
If you focus on accumulating virtue, you will be able to conquer everything. If you are unable to overcome everything, you will not know its extreme. If you do not know its extreme, you can have a country. If you have the mother of a country, you can last for a long time. This is the way to have deep roots and a long life. De Jing, Chapter 60. Governing a big country is like cooking small dishes.
以道立天下，其鬼不神。非其鬼不神，其神不伤人。非其神不伤人，圣人亦不伤人。夫两不相伤，故得交归焉。德经第61章：大邦者下流。
When the Tao comes to the world, its ghosts are not gods. It is neither a ghost nor a god, and its gods will not hurt people. Neither gods nor saints will harm others. Husbands and wives do not hurt each other, so their virtues return to each other. De Jing, Chapter 61. Those from great states are inferior.
天下之聘，天下之交也。聘常以敬圣母，以敬为下。故大邦以下小邦，则取小邦；小邦以下大邦，则取大邦。故或下以取，或下而取。大邦不过欲兼处人。
Women in the world are the best friends in the world. The female often wins over the male by being quiet, and the male is inferior by being quiet. Therefore, if a big state is lower than a small state, then it is a small state. If a small state is lower than a big state, then it is a big state. Therefore, you can either go down to get it, or you can go down and get it. A big country just wants to be a beast.
小邦不过欲入世人，夫两者各得所欲，大者宜为下。德经第62章。道者，万物之奥，善人之宝，不善人之所宝。美言可以世尊，美行可以加人。
Xiaobang just wants to get involved with others. Both husbands each get what they want, and the bigger one should be the lower one. De Jing, Chapter 62. Tao is the secret of all things. The treasure of good people is the preserve of bad people. Good words can attract people, and good deeds can attract people.
人之不善，何气之有？故立天子，制三公，虽有拱璧以先驷马，不如坐尽此道。古之所以贵此道者何？不曰：丘以德，有罪以免邪？故为天下贵。
If people are not good, why abandon them? Therefore, when the emperor is established and the 3 princes are installed, even if he has a jade to ride his horse first, it is not as good as sitting in this way. Why did people value this way in ancient times? Booz said, ask and you will get it, and if you are guilty, you will avoid evil. Therefore, it is noble in the world.
德经第63章。为无为，是无事，为无畏。大小多少，抱怨以德。图难于其易，为大于其细。天下难事，必作于易；天下大事，必作于细。
De Jing, Chapter 63. Doing nothing, having no taste. What size? Repaying grievances with virtue. The picture is more difficult than the easy, and the details are greater than the details. The difficult things in the world must be done in the easy. The great things in the world must be done in the details.
是以圣人终不为大，故能成其大。夫轻诺必寡信，多易必多难。是以圣人犹难之，故终无难矣。德经第64章。其安易持，其未兆易谋，其萃易判。
Therefore, the saint is not great in the end, so he can become great. If a husband makes a promise lightly, he will be distrustful. If it is easy, it will be difficult. Therefore, it is still difficult for a saint, so it will not be difficult in the end. De Jing, Chapter 64. Its stability is easy to maintain, its lack of warning is easy to plan, its brittleness is easy to destroy.
其微易散，为之于未有，治之于未乱。合抱之木，生于毫末，9层之台，起于垒土，1000里之行，始于足下。为者败之，执者失之。是以圣人无为，故无败。
It is easy to disperse. Do it before it exists, and fix it before it is in chaos. The tree that hugs each other is born from the smallest grain of wood. The 9-story platform begins from tired soil. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Those who do it will fail, and those who insist will lose it. This is because the sage does nothing, so he has no defeat.
无职故无失。民之从事，常于己成而败之。慎终如始，则无败事。是以圣人欲不欲，不贵难得之货；学不学，负众人之所过，以辅万物之自然而不敢为。
Without attachment, there is nothing lost. People often succeed and fail in their pursuits. If you are as careful as you are at the end, you will never fail. Therefore, the sage does not desire, does not value hard-to-find goods, does not learn from others, repeats the mistakes of others, and does not dare to do anything in order to support the nature of all things.
德经第65章：古之善为道者，非以明民，将以愚之。民之难治，以其智多。故以智治国，国之贼；不以智治国，国之福。知此两者，亦稽式。常知稽式。
De Jing, Chapter 65. Those who were good at practicing the way in ancient times did not try to enlighten the people, but they would make them stupid. The people are difficult to govern because of their wisdom. Therefore, if you govern a country with wisdom, you will be a traitor to the country. If you do not govern a country with wisdom, you will be a blessing to the country. Knowing that these two are also similar. Always know G style.
是谓玄德。玄德深矣，远矣，与物反矣，然后乃至大顺。德经第66章：江海之所以能为百谷王者，以其善下之，故能为百谷王。是以圣人欲上敏。
It is called Xianda. Xuanda is deep, far away, contrary to things, and then even smooth. De Jing, Chapter 66. The reason why Jianghai can be the king of hundreds of valleys is because it is good at discharging it. This is why the sage desires to be among the people.
必以言下之，欲先民；必以身后之。是以圣人处上而民不重，处前而民不害。是以天下乐推而不厌，以其不争，故天下莫能与之争。德经第67章。
It must be spoken down. If you want to precede the people, you must follow it behind your back. Therefore, when a sage is at the top, the people do not take him seriously, and when he is at the front, the people do not harm him. Therefore, the world is happy to push forward and never tire of it. Because he does not fight, no one in the world can fight with him. De Jing, Chapter 67.
天下皆谓我道大，四不孝。夫为大，故四不孝。若孝，久以其细也夫。我有三宝，持而保之。一曰慈，二曰俭，三曰不敢为天下先。慈故能勇，俭故能广。
Everyone in the world calls me great, which seems unworthy. My husband is big, so he seems unworthy. If it is small, it has been fine for a long time. I have the three treasures, hold on to them and protect them. The first is compassion, the second is frugality, and the third is not daring to be the first in the world. Kindness leads to courage, frugality leads to broadness.
不敢为天下先，故能成器长。今舍慈且勇，舍俭且广，舍后且先，死矣。夫慈以战则胜，以守则固。天将救之，以慈卫之。德经第68章。善为士者。
Don't dare to be the first in the world, so you can become a leader. Now give up kindness and be brave. Give up frugality and be broad. Give up the last and be the first, die. A kind husband will win by fighting, and he will be strong by observing. Heaven will save him and protect him with mercy. De Jing, Chapter 68. A good scholar.
不武，善战者不怒，善胜敌者不语，善用人者为之下。是谓不争之德，是谓用人之力，是谓配天古之极。德经第69章。用兵有言，无不敢为主。
Do not use force. Those who are good at fighting do not get angry. Those who are good at defeating the enemy do not fight against them. Those who are good at using others do not fight. This is called the virtue of not fighting, It is called using people's strength. It is called the ultimate in matching the heaven and the ancients. De Jing, Chapter 69. There is a saying in military use, I dare not be the master.
而为客，不敢进寸而退迟，是未行无形，让无弊，仍无敌，执无兵。祸莫大于轻敌，轻敌积丧无宝。故抗兵相若，哀者胜矣。德经第70章。无言甚易之。
To be a guest, not to dare to advance an inch, but to retreat a foot. This means that there is no action in action, there is no arm in fighting, there is no enemy in throwing, there is no soldier in holding. There is no greater disaster than underestimating the enemy, and underestimating the enemy will cost us our treasures. Therefore, the resistance of soldiers is similar, and the one who mourns wins. De Jing, Chapter 70. My words are easy to understand.
甚易行，天下莫能知，莫能行。言有宗，事有君。夫为无知，是以不我知。知我者希，则我者贵。是以圣人备贺而怀玉。德经第71章。知不知，上矣。
Very easy to do. No one in the world can know it, and no one can do it. Words have a lineage, and affairs have a king. I am ignorant, because I don't know. Those who know me are desirable, and those who know me are valuable. This is why the saint is covered in brown but pregnant with jade. De Jing, Chapter 71. Whether you know it or not, it's still a matter of course.
不知之，病也。圣人不病，以其病病。夫为病病，是以不病。德经第72章。民不畏威，则大威至。无暇其所居，无厌其所生。夫为不厌，是以不厌。
Not knowing is a disease. The sage is not sick, but he is sick by his illness. Wu Wei is sick, so he is not sick. De Jing, Chapter 72. If the people are not afraid of authority, great authority will come. No matter where he lives, no matter where he lives. Husband never gets tired of it, so he never gets tired of it.
是以圣人自知不自见，自爱不自贵。故去彼取此。德经第73章。勇于敢则杀，勇于不敢则活。此两者，或利或害。天之所恶，孰知其故？
Therefore, the saint knows himself but does not see himself. He loves himself but does not value himself. So go to that one and take this one. De Jing, Chapter 73. If you dare, you will kill. If you dare not, you will live. Both of these may be beneficial or harmful. Who knows why heaven is evil?
是以圣人犹难之。天之道，不争而善胜，不言而善应，不召而自来，谄然而善谋。天网恢恢，疏而不失。德经第74章。民不畏死，奈何以死惧之？
Therefore, it is still difficult for saints to do this. The way of heaven is to be good at winning without fighting, to be good at responding without saying anything, to come on your own without being called, and to be silent but good at planning. The sky net is vast, sparse but not missing. De Jing, Chapter 74. If the people are not afraid of death, why should they be afraid of death?
若是民常畏死而为其者，无得执而杀之，孰敢？常有厮杀者杀。夫待厮杀者杀，是谓待大将浊。夫待大将浊者，悉有不伤其手矣。 德经第75章。
If the people are constantly afraid of death, and if someone is found strange, I will kill them, who dares? There are always those who are in charge of killing. The husband who kills on behalf of the chief craftsman is called the master craftsman who kills on behalf of the master. It is rare that the great craftsmen of the husband's generation did not hurt their hands. De Jing, Chapter 75.
民之饥，以其上食税之多，是以饥；民之难治，以其上之有为，是以难治；民之轻死，以其上求生之后，是以轻死。夫为无以生为者，是贤于贵生。
The people are hungry because of the high food tax. The people are difficult to treat because of the efforts made above. The people despise death because they seek to survive. The husband who has nothing to do with life is a wise man who values life.
德经第76章。人之生也柔弱，其死也坚强；草木之生也柔脆，其死也枯槁。故坚强者死之徒，柔弱者生之徒。是以兵强则灭，木强则折。
De Jing, Chapter 76. Human beings are weak in life and strong in death. Plants and trees are soft and brittle when they are alive, and they are withered when they die. Therefore, the strong are the disciples of death, and the weak are the disciples of life. Therefore, if the army is strong, it will be destroyed, and if the wood is strong, it will be broken.
强大处下，柔弱处上。德经第77章。天之道，其有张弓于？高者益之，下者举之，有余者损之，不足者补之。天之道，损有余而补不足。人之道，
The strong is at the bottom, the weak is at the top. De Jing, Chapter 77. The way of heaven is still like a bow and a bow. Those who are high will suppress it, those who are low will lift it, those who have more will lose it, and those who are deficient will make up for it. The way of heaven is to make up for the deficiency when there is excess damage. The way of man,
则不然，损不足以奉有余。孰能有余以奉天下？唯有道者。是以圣人为而不恃，功成而不处，其不欲见贤。德经第78章。天下莫柔弱于水。
Otherwise, the loss will not be enough to give more than enough. Who has enough to serve the world? Only the Taoist. This is because he does not rely on saints, he does not rely on his achievements, and he does not want to see virtuous people. De Jing, Chapter 78. There is no one in the world who is weaker than water.
而攻坚强者莫之能胜，以其无以易之。弱之胜强，柔之胜刚，天下莫不知，莫能行。是以圣人云：受国之垢，是为社稷主；受国不祥，是为天下王。正言若反。
But no one who attacks the strong can win, because it cannot be easily defeated. The weak conquers the strong, the soft conquers the strong, no one in the world knows it, and no one can do it. This is why the sage said, if you accept the country's filth, you are called the master of the country. If you accept the country's misfortune, you are the king of the world. It is true to say the opposite.
德经第79章。何大怨，必有余怨；抱怨以德，安可以为善？是以圣人执所弃，不责于人。故有德思弃，无德思彻。天道无亲，常与善人。
De Jing, Chapter 79. If there is a big grievance, there will be more grievances. If you repay grievances with virtue, can you do good? Therefore, The sage holds the left contract and is not responsible for others. Therefore, there is Desi Chi, but there is no Desi Che. Heaven has no relatives and always associates with good people.
德经第80章：小国寡民，时有10百之器而不用，使民重死而不远徙。虽有周瑜，无所成之；虽有甲兵，无所陈之。使人复结绳而用之，治之之急。
De Jing, Chapter 80. A small country with few people. It makes them have rare weapons, but not using them. It makes the people die again and not move far away. Although there are boats and carriages, they have nothing to ride on. Although there are armor and soldiers, there is nothing to display them. Make people reknot the rope and use it. The ultimate cure.
甘其食，美其服，安其居，乐其俗，邻国相望，鸡犬之声相闻，民至老死不相往来。德经第81章：信言不美，美言不信；善者不辩，辩者不善。
Their food is pleasant, their clothes are beautiful, their homes are safe, and their customs are happy. Neighbors look at each other, they hear the sounds of chickens and dogs, and the people do not interact with each other until they grow old and die. De Jing, Chapter 81. The words of faith are not beautiful, and the words of good faith are not believed. A good person does not argue, and a person who debates is not good.
知者不博，博者不知。圣人不积，既以为人；己欲有，既以与人；己欲多。天之道，利而不害；圣人之道，为而不争。
A person who knows is not knowledgeable, and a person who is knowledgeable does not know. The sage does not accumulate. If he thinks of others, he will have more.